Some wars begin with gunfire. Others start at the shallow end of a suburban swimming pool. I wasn't looking for a fight. I'd spent 16 years fighting everything from interstate narcotics rings to white-collar corruption. I had left the battlefield, buried my badge in a drawer, and moved to a quiet HOA neighborhood with my daughter to build something gentler. But some people don't understand peace unless it's enforced. Lily is 10, and if you ask her, she'll tell you she wants to be a painter who also solves mysteries. She has cerebral palsy. She also has the best laugh I've ever heard and an obsession with neon pink goggles. Her swim therapist told us she needed regular practice outside of her sessions. That's why we came to the HOA pool that Saturday morning, just like we'd done every week for 3 months. Lily had her floaties, her noodle, and a waterproof speech board clipped to the side. We always went early, before the crowd arrived. She loved the quiet. The sound of her own voice echoing in the water made her feel, in her words, like a dolphin singing to the sky. She was halfway through her laps when it happened. Karen arrived. Not a Karen. The Karen. Her real name was Melissa Van Len, but no one dared use it. HOA president, self-appointed pool monitor, wielder of clipboards and passive aggression. The kind of woman who measured power in cubic inches of SUV and owned 3 pairs of white pants she wore like armor. I saw her before Lily did. She walked through the gate like a general entering enemy territory. Aviators on, phone out, mouth already pursed with judgment. And then she saw Lily. The squint, the pause, the mental gears turning. I knew that look. I'd seen it in interrogation rooms and back rooms of country clubs. It was the look of someone building a case in their head before the facts arrived. Karen approached. Lily was floating, smiling up at the clouds. I was nearby, seated under the umbrella, watching. Karen didn't even glance at me. She crouched near the edge of the pool like she was inspecting a biohazard. "What is she doing here?" she asked, loud enough for the water to carry. I stood up. "She's swimming," I said calmly. "This pool has rules," Karen said. "So does the ADA. She's disrupting other guests. There are no other guests. She talks to herself. She uses speech exercises to regulate breathing." Karen stood. "You people always make everything about disability." I stepped forward. "You people," I repeated. She folded her arms. "I've had enough." And then she reached into the water. I didn't think. I moved. She grabbed Lily by the arm. Lily yelped. Karen yanked the float from under her, and in a flash her hand went to Lily's neck. Not in a choke hold, but enough to make her panic. I was there in 3 steps. I grabbed Karen's wrist and peeled her away from my daughter. "She can't be here," Karen shouted. "This is a liability. She's my daughter. She's a disruption. She's the only reason I haven't pressed charges yet." Lily was coughing, tears running down her face. I scooped her up, carried her to the deck, and wrapped her in her towel. She gripped my chest like the world was ending. I looked at Karen, and I snapped. I pulled out my wallet, flashed the badge. Federal agent. Organized Crimes Division. Karen took a step back. I'm not on duty, I said, but I'll make an exception. She scoffed, trying to hide the tremble. I didn't hurt her. You touched her. She's not even. She can't. This pool isn't meant for her. Say it, I growled. She's not normal. Silence. Then a splash. One of the teens who had arrived moments ago jumped in, glaring at Karen. Another mother walked over, pulling her kid away. Your time's up, I told her. Karen fled. That afternoon, I filed an incident report, attached witness statements, security footage, and the audio from my body cam. Yes, I still wear one when I'm with Lily in public. Not because I expect danger, because I've seen what people do when they think no one's watching. The local police took it seriously. The charges, assault and battery on a minor with a disability. But that wasn't the end. HOA meetings were usually stiff, cold affairs, folding chairs, weak coffee, and stronger egos. The next one was standing room only. Karen sat at the head of the table, flanked by 2 board members. She had makeup caked over her stress, still wore white, still clutched her clipboard. I walked in with Lily. The murmurs started. Whispers. Guilt. Regret. I stood at the microphone. Most of you know me as that guy with a quiet daughter. What you don't know is that I spent 16 years protecting the rights of people who don't get protection unless someone makes noise. Lily looked up at me, confused. So today, I'm making noise. I played the audio clip. Karen's voice rang through the room like a gunshot. She's not normal. A gasp. A chair scraped the floor. Someone dropped a pen. Then Lily's soft voice echoed next. I'm just a little different, but I swim like clouds. That was all it took. Karen was removed from a board, permanently banned from community events, forced to issue a written apology and undergo sensitivity training as part of a reduced plea deal. And the HOA? They installed inclusive signage at the pool, designated sessions for therapeutic swimming, added a motion sensor door for accessibility. But Lily didn't care about all that. She cared about her goggles. She wore them like a crown the next time we went swimming. She splashed. She laughed. She floated on her noodle, shouting cloud power to the sun. And I watched, not as a federal agent, not as a man with a badge, just as her dad. And for the first time in a long time, I felt something stronger than justice. Pride.